Well, they've asked me to go next to speak to you folks. And that was a great patriotic speech there, and I appreciate it very much. Being a history teacher and advanced government teacher and your former superintendent of education for the state of Kentucky, I remember standing in the Capitol Rotunda when I was elected superintendent of education. And they, if you remember, took away your right to vote for the office of superintendent of public instruction without passing a constitutional amendment. And I stood up after being elected in the Capitol Rotunda, and I looked the governor in the eye, and the lieutenant governor and the attorney general, and I said, that will not stand. The people of Kentucky will have a right to vote on their constitutional office holders until a constitutional amendment is passed. Well, I will do the same thing in Washington, D.C. as your United States Senator. Stand up, look the president in the eye, the senators in the eye, and say, we will have a human right to life amendment in this country, because every 30 seconds a child dies from abortion. Every 30 seconds. That alone is enough to cause us to be in great fear, because God looks at a nation very carefully. There is only one nation that God has promised land in this country, and that's Israel. If you will read in Genesis chapter 12, verse 3, he said, those who bless the Israelis or the Jewish nation shall be blessed. Those who curse the Jewish nation shall be cursed. We should stand behind Israel at all costs, because we're looking in the abyss of a nation that does not recognize the Jewish authority to have their nation as God gave it to them.
No more
The
wars
Bible
for Israel.
itself,
No more wars for Israel.
the Bible itself specifically says to us what we're supposed to do. If we follow the teachings in the Bible, go to 2 Chronicles chapter 7,
That's
verse
the
14.
old covenant, the new
Humble
covenant.
ourselves,
The chosen people
humble
are people who
ourselves,
accept Christ.
and seek God's face and ask Him for forgiveness of our sins. He then will heal our land. The message is very simple. It's very simple. We need to turn back to God. We don't need to make a left turn. We don't need to make a right turn.
We don't need to be
We need to make a
worshiping
U-turn to God. A U-turn to God. All of us need to do that.
Worship Jesus, not Jews.
That's right. I do worship Jesus, and Jesus was a Jew.
Stop worshiping Judas.
Well, let me put it to you this way, young man. You have your opinion and I have mine. I'm standing here speaking and you're standing there speaking. All of us can hear both of us, so they'll know my opinion and they'll know yours. And that's what freedom of speech is all
Jews
about.
control both parties.
Well, I'm not a Jew and they've never controlled me. So God bless you. In fact, if you'll read about my record and go to my website, www.jstephenson.com or www.godsindependence.com, you'll see that I have a record where no one has ever controlled me except God. Except God. Somebody said that my opponent had Sarah Palin endorsing him. Then it came out that my other opponent had Dick Cheney endorsing him. And I said, that's wonderful. I think that's a great thing. But you know who's endorsed my candidacy, who got me into the race? It was God who got me into the race. Now, he didn't say, John, you're going to win the race. But he said, go out and spread my message, my word. Have people read the Bible and learn for themselves. And they will soon find out what's right and what's wrong. And that's what this nation needs. If we're ever going to straighten out our economy, if we're going to eliminate greed, we need to look in the mirror at ourselves. Look in the mirror at ourselves, and we will see what's happened to the leaders of this country when Wall Street takes over and ruins Main Street. When Wall Street and the insurance companies take over and ruin Main Street. When you're out there working as a working man, trying to make a living, and those who are at the top look down upon you and say they're smarter than you, and they waste your money, and then they expect the government to bail them out. That's the wrong kind of policy. Stand up for the little man. Stand up for the human beings of this country, and you'll be on the side of God, and that's where you want to be. God bless America, and it's great to be here with you.